Okay, today is all about cheeks. We are going to start off by just doing your basic highlighting and contouring. A lot of people don't do this on an everyday basis, and you totally don't have to. But if you have something special to go to, or you just feel like you want a little bit more of a pick-me-up for a daytime or evening look, I'm just going to show you how to kind of contour and highlight your cheekbones today. So for highlighting, I'm actually going to use a concealer. You can use a foundation, a concealer, a highlighting, a shimmer, whatever you like to use. But if you're going to be on camera or in a video or something like that, you want to stay matte for the most part. You can use a little bit of shimmer, but I'd stay away from it. So I'm just actually going to use the lightest shade of my concealer here. And I'm going to apply it with a little brush. I'm just going to use my fingers because that's probably the easiest way to show you so that you know how to do it at home. So generally the rule is anything that you want to stand out, you want to highlight. Anything you want to sink back, you're going to contour with a bit of a darker color. So what we're going to do is just kind of take the top of our cheekbone here, and you don't really want to go past the arch of your eyebrow bone. So if you just kind of draw an imaginary line to here and bring it back up to about your temple or so, just where the eyebrow would. This is kind of like a little bit of a map for you. So I just take my lighter shade and I just dab it in, dab it in, dab it in. So all you're really doing here is creating a bit of a more defined cheekbone. It's going to give you better bone structure, make your face look a little bit thinner if that's what you want. And that's that. So you just want to really lightly kind of dab it in, blend it. The other place you can kind of highlight is up in the eyebrow bone here. I'll do the other side as well. I'd probably put a little bit much on there, but that's a nice thing about using a concealer. It's not hard to erase. You can just take your sponge, erase the edges a little bit, take a little bit of the excess off. And like I said, just remember the kind of triangle there. So that's just a basic highlight routine that you can do. If it's just for daytime or you're just going out with your friends or something, use a shimmer. It looks really, really pretty. The other areas you can highlight is down the bridge of your nose. If you want to create like a little bit of a thinner nose, you can do that. And just like across the top of your forehead a little bit. But again, just take your sponge and really blend out the edges so that it doesn't look like concealer on your nose. Blend it out. So that's your basic contour highlighting. The next thing you're going to do is your contour. So for that, you want to just use something that's in the same kind of skin tone of your foundation, but just maybe 2 shades or so darker. So I'm just going to mix it up on my hand for a second. And then again, we're just going to basically, if you suck in, sometimes people suck in to see where your cheekbone is, but you just want to do it just under the cheekbone area and create a little bit of a shadow. So for a day, you just want something really natural. So that's why I say just use like a darker foundation or something and just really blend it out. So you can see how that's kind of just cutting into my cheekbone for me and making my face look a little more, let's say, sculpted. So just like that. So just under the cheekbone, because what we're going to do next is put the blush on just on top of the cheekbone and into the actual apples of the cheeks. And then you'll really see how it looks all together. So you can use a brush, you can use a sponge if you want, just whatever you feel most comfortable with. Fingers works. I'm using my fingers, like I said today, because everyone has fingers pretty much, and we can we can do it that way as well. So next I'm just going to use a blush. I'm using a peachy pink kind of color, and just kind of just bring it up to the temples there. Smile a little bit to get those apples, and just sort of in between where we did the highlighting and the contouring. That's going to give you a really nice glow for the day. And it sort of softens up any lines that you missed when you were blending your highlight and your contour. So that's all for cheeks that we're going to do today. As you can see, it's just a really nice natural look. If you wanted a more dramatic look, you would use a little bit of a darker shade and for the contouring under the cheekbones, and then you could use maybe a little bit of a shimmer on top. But for basically every day, you just want to stay with a matte tone just so that you're not looking a little too done up. So that's my tips for cheeks. If you have any questions or comments or want to know what products we used in more specifically, please feel free to email me or call us anytime. My email is teresa@allurehairandmakeup.com.